Welcome back to Kleppers Corner, the show where we grab one random calendar date, shake it like a snow globe, and watch humanity's best and worst moments swirl together. Today's offender, September 15th, a date that apparently said, I'll do revolutions, racism, scientific breakthroughs, and collapse the global economy before happy hour. Buckle up. This is basically history's version of a Florida man headline. Segment 1. Nations are born, bureaucrats get fancy titles, Russia does Russia. September 15th, 1821. Central America breaks up with Spain. 5 countries declare independence: Costa Rica, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and El Salvador. It's like the original group text that quickly devolved into, actually, I'm just going to do my own thing. Meanwhile, 1789, America renamed its Department of Foreign Affairs the Department of State. Because when your entire country is 2 months old, you definitely need a rebrand. It's the historical version of Elon Musk deciding X is a better name than Twitter. Confusing, unnecessary, and yet here we are. And Russia? Oh, in 1917, Kerensky declared a republic. It lasted less than 2 months. The only thing more short-lived than that government is a TikTok dance trend. Segment 2, tanks, planes, and let's invade where? 1916, Britain rolls tanks onto the Somme. Big metal beasts that terrified German soldiers but broke down faster than my uncle's boat. They were called unearthly monsters, which is also what MAGA calls wind turbines. Then 1940 gave us the climax of the Battle of Britain. RAF pilots proving that sometimes being outnumbered works if your opponent is a Nazi with an overinflated sense of destiny. And in 1950, MacArthur landed at Incheon, an amphibious assault so risky other generals thought he was insane. But it worked. Incheon was basically the historical version of Trump's legal team. Everyone said, this is insane. And somehow, for a brief moment, it worked. Segment 3. Mold, finches, and back rub. Darwin hit the Galapagos in 1835 and saw finches with weird beaks. Inspiration struck. Maybe life adapts to its environment. Wild. If only humans could evolve past putting pineapple on pizza. Jump to 1928. Alexander Fleming goes on vacation, comes back, sees mold eating his petri dish, and instead of throwing it away like a normal person, he discovers penicillin. The rest of us would have just sprayed Lysol. Then, in 1997, Google.com was registered. Before that, the project was called Back Rub. Back Rub. Thank God they rebranded. Imagine saying, I back rubbed the news today. Sounds less like a search engine and more like Matt Gaetz's Venmo history. Segment 4. Humanity goes full villain, then fights back. September 15th, 1935. The Nuremberg Laws. Hitler decides racism needs a legal department. Jews stripped of citizenship, banned from marrying Germans, and turned into state subjects. It's the bureaucratic version of evil. Paperwork with genocide as the end goal. Fast forward to Birmingham, 1963. The KKK bombs the 16th Street Baptist Church, killing 4 young girls. It's America at its most monstrous. And yet, this act of terror galvanized the civil rights movement, forcing a nation to confront its hypocrisy. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 followed. Proof that sometimes America only does the right thing after being shamed on the world stage. And sadly, 60 years later, Alabama is still trying to figure out voting rights. Evolution apparently skipped Montgomery. Segment 5. When Wall Street forgot math. 2008. Lehman Brothers goes belly up. The 4th largest U.S. investment bank dead in a day. Why? Because they bet the house on houses. Subprime mortgages bundled into financial grenades. The U.S. government, already tired from bailing out everyone else, decided, nah, you're on your own. Cue global meltdown. Credit froze, jobs vanished, and my cousin still hasn't recovered from losing his house and his Blockbuster late fees. But hey, we got Dodd-Frank, a bill meant to stop this from happening again, which of course was gutted because lobbyists. Today, banks are even bigger, riskier, and still using acronyms nobody understands. The only consistent thing about capitalism is that when it screws up, you pay for it. Segment 6. Birthdays, death days, and culture's quirks. September 15th gives us Marco Polo, basically the first travel influencer. James Fenimore Cooper, the man who invented frontier fan fiction. William Howard Taft, America's only president and Supreme Court justice, also famous for getting stuck in a bathtub. Agatha Christie, who killed off so many characters you wonder if she had a punch card. And Oliver Stone and Tommy Lee Jones, born the same day in 1946. One made conspiracy movies, the other looks like he's been mad about them ever since. Deaths? Engineering genius Isambard Kingdom Brunel, novelist Thomas Wolfe, punk god Johnny Ramone, and Rick Ocasek of the Cars. Pop culture gave us The Lone Ranger, USA Today, and Marilyn Monroe's subway grate scene. Proof that sometimes all it takes to be iconic is bad city infrastructure and a gust of wind. In conclusion, September 15th is like a greatest hits album of humanity. Some tracks bang, others make you question civilization. We've got independence, genocide, antibiotics, tanks, economic collapse, and a Google domain registration. It's like history sat down, spun the wheel of chaos, and said, let's do all of it at once. So next time September 15th rolls around, don't just mark your calendar, hide under your bed. This day doesn't need more drama.